Oilersnation After Dark begins now.
Well, the Edmonton Oilers couldn't find a way to overcome mistakes tonight. Their breakdowns early in the game and lose to one of the best teams in the National Hockey League, 6-3 the final to the Carolina Hurricanes tonight. This is Oilers Nation After Dark. I'm your guest host this evening, Michael Menzies, and this is a presentation of Bet365, whatever the moment. It's never ordinary at Bet365. A lot of you in the comments will have a lot to talk about tonight, and the man to break it down here in studio with me, Sean Pangs, joins me here. Brett Holm, of course, producing. We'll also have, of course, the ON80 voicemail line. It is pinned in your chat, so if you want to let off a little steam verbally, follow the link and... Yeah, something tells me it might be an interesting one. As we knew this was going to be the beginning of a difficult stretch in the Oilers' schedule with Carolina on deck tonight. Coming up to play Vegas, the leaders of the Pacific Division on Sunday, staring on Colorado and Dallas, all that. Carolina is one of the best teams in the league. I think they proved it tonight. How you feeling after just initial thoughts after that game?
Initial thoughts, and I think this resonates with a lot of Oilers fans right now. Disappointing. Disappointing because we picked up some new pieces this week, some shiny new toys, and we thought, hey, we're going to cut down on the goals against. And initial thoughts, disappointing, Menzies.
Yeah, disappointing is fair. I mean, the Oilers have now lost 6 of their last 8 hockey games, and you take the Ottawa game on Tuesday, and they never led in that hockey game. You know, so they come back and win that, and, you know, just these ways to come back. And I know Jack Michaels was hammered. This is the most exciting team, and obviously they've provided a variety of thrilling finishes coming from behind. But the Carolina Hurricanes are a team, it's easier said than done doing that too. How difficult was it for the Oilers to just funnel pucks towards the net tonight? And that's Carolina's MO. That should have been no surprise and wasn't. And, you know, a 2-goal stretch in 43 seconds put the Oilers behind the 8 ball for what I thought was a pretty even start where the Oilers were able to go ahead once. So I think frustration is top of mind for a lot of people, and I know a lot of comments. There's a lot of concern. We'll look at also the new guys and how they played tonight. I mean, there's a lot of ways to chop this one up, but let's go to the chat. And you know, we got the playoff conversation, the Knobloch conversation. This team, the way that they've pushed chips in here, even with their new acquisitions, these are rentals. These are right now one-year players. I thought we saw some good and bad from them tonight too. Goaltending to start was maybe a concern. I thought Jari really settled into the game the longer it went along. I didn't think the officiating was very friendly for the Oilers tonight. I thought it was a tough game. But look, as these games are going to get tougher down the stretch, there's going to be less of a friendly whistle. The Oilers didn't get one tonight. And you chalk it all up, and here we are, an Oilers team that I'm sure we're going to hear later on is going to voice some of that disappointment and frustration.
Absolutely. If I could think of one word with that game, I think of the word desperation. The Carolina Hurricanes, they're sitting pretty in the standings. They're one of the best teams in the NHL, and they came out with more desperation than the Edmonton Oilers, who are kind of clinging on to a playoff spot at this point. Carolina Hurricanes came out winning puck battles. They were just halting the Oilers a lot of the game from gaining the zone, and they were just, again, overall just winning puck battles. The Oilers didn't have that desperation that they're clinging. I can't say yet. They're not clinging for their playoff lives just yet, but they're in a playoff push, and they just didn't have it tonight.
And whether it's not even that necessarily. It's just how this team looks. You know what I mean? For long stretches of the hockey game, and it didn't take long for Knobloch to, you know, crumple up the paper that had the list of lines on it and throw it in the bin, whether it was Wallman, you know, being paired with Murphy. We saw those pairs switch up. whether it was loading up to the McDry line right away, and that line didn't have a ton of success. There were a lot of things that, concerns that we've seen throughout the year. I don't think any of them were alleviated. And the thing is, when you play a team like maybe Ottawa's a pretty good team. A lot of people argue that they're better than their record. Well, this Carolina team, look, that's a big boy hockey team that similarly, not quite as far in terms of playoff pedigree, but has a core that's been in the postseason several times. They play fast, they forecheck, and you have no time and space out there. And how did the Oilers handle the pressure when it came on them? They didn't make good puck decisions.
As you mentioned, it was a good litmus test for the Oilers tonight, and they did not look good. And even when they put the McDavid and Draisaitl line together, they had chances, but at the same time, they were shut down a lot of the time. So that break glass in case of emergency line, the line that you could normally kind of rely on to produce offense for you, they really couldn't get things going. So my concern level, a little bit high after tonight.
Yeah, and I saw a couple comments that were saying a blowout. I mean, it wasn't a blowout. I mean, the box score ends 6-3. It's really a one-goal game, an empty netter late when, the game's kind of over. It is what it is. But your margin of error dwindles the further the season goes along and against the better teams you play. And that's why this is a real show-me stretch here, not just, as I say, to gather points in the standings, although things are tightening up very, very strongly, but to get your game in order. And this is what I think is frustrating to so many fans. You're rarely afforded a 3-week break in the season in February to go on holiday, exhale, try to figure things out, dial in the details. And, 6 against tonight, 50 goals in the 11 games previous. You've got 56 goals against in the last 12 games. I'm no mathematician. That ain't any good. That's not going to win you. That's not a winning recipe, right? So, and as David says in the chat, how many litmus tests can you fail before you admit they got no litmus? Well, hopefully that test will come in April and May as they're able to still collect points and as we hope for the switch to ultimately be flipped. But look, the schedule is not given here, and there'll still be a lot of divisional games coming up. But this 4-game road trip, I mean, St. Louis has struggled this year, but that's at the end of a back-to-back where you're going to play 4 games in 6 nights.
Yeah. And don't want to bring up litmus test again, but that road trip is a huge litmus test. If the Oilers can't wake up for a team that they're fighting in the playoff standings for the Pacific Division lead, the Vegas Golden Knights, we're going to have some big concerns. And if I try to dissect a little bit of hope and faith and positivity, I mean, you kind of did shuffle the roster a little bit. There's some new guys, learning systems still, line mates still learning to play with each other. Hopefully, maybe another practice or two, they can get things going by next game.
Yeah, well, and I know because you can cut and paste, it's a broken record type of thing, and I understand where people are frustrated because I feel it too about, is there just going to be a stretch? And I was hopeful that after the trades that we saw made this week, you saw the team when they made the Jari trade come out of it, and it seemed to give them a little bit of jolt and a little bit of energy, at least for a week, a week and a half. Yeah. We saw that for spurts, but certainly not the full 60 minutes. Brett, I know you've been click-clacking here. We haven't given you much oxygen to relay some initial thoughts out of this one. What's on your mind, buddy?
Today sucked.
Yeah, it was.
That's
shitty
sucked,
day.
Man. It got utterly destroyed, and I just sat there, and I had no emotion to this game. They won, or they got a couple goals. I was pumped, but He just sat there and went, this is what the effort is after everything that we've seen over the last month. And again, like, today's the deadline. This is the team. This is the group that you're going out there and going to war with for the rest of the year, trying to get that elusive Stanley Cup. And again, that's just a poor effort. I was just very, very disappointed.
Yeah, I think we've said it here. As should we go to your headlines? Let's go to your headlines here. That's brought to you by our friends over at Tim Hortons. As I scroll down, Roll Up the Rim, you know that the time-honored tradition is back here, Roll Up the Rim. You can still play on the cup while supplies last, but don't forget you can play on the Tim's app. If you don't have the app, download today. More chances to win by doing so. It's around until March 22nd. Don't wait until it's over. For more info, check out timhortons.ca/rollup. Roll up to win, only at Tim's. So the headlines to this one. You can't find a way to overcome your mistakes.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry.
It's the headlines.
It's the this is such a beginner move. Some Drake for me.
Thank you.
Yes.
Sorry.
I know. I told you, keep me in line tonight. Keep me in line tonight. And again, we have the voicemail line that is pinned to the top of the chat if you want to share your thoughts after this one, too. I won't forgive myself for such an error.
It's all right. It's okay.
The Oilers couldn't overcome their mistakes tonight. And that shouldn't be what we're hoping, but that's been this team's way out, is that they dig a bit of a hole and then climb their way out of a hole. And that's just not going to work against the team of Carolina's caliber. I mean, we touched on it briefly before the game, but this is a team that not only, the standings, whatever, but some of the fancy stats back it up. 5-on-5, they're a dominant team. They're a fast team. They're physical. And I think their physicality right from puck drop tonight, that big hit on Podkolzin, was a real tone setter for things. And Podkolzin will come up in good because I thought, he provided a lot. That physicality element, and obviously the whistles didn't go their way. That's not the reason they lost, but it did play a role. That there was the moment of the game that hinged it was Frederick has the chance in front of the net, rings the post, would have tied the game. The Oilers did have some sustained shifts in a row in the third period to claw back within one, come close to tying. Then there's a partial break the other way. Wallman takes a penalty, and on the delayed penalty, Blake, I believe it was Blake, who ends up scoring to kind of, clinch it in that way, or at least give them that, that space. So that was kind of the hinge moment, the 4-2 goal. Mm-hmm. But overall, you're talking about a team that, was doubled up in shots, which is a Carolina classic. They had the urgency tonight. They look like a team that was in Edmonton spot trying to defend home ice versus what the Oilers ultimately provided.
Absolutely. And taking a look at the deserval win-to-meter, it obviously goes to the Carolina Hurricanes. They're 65% deserve to win. And taking a look at the shots too. I mean, Oilers almost got doubled up in shots, 31-16, and just going down the line of players that got outworked at 5-on-5. And I'm not pointing this loss on Connor McDavid, but this is one of the rare instances where he got outshot at 5-on-5, 11-6. You take a look at like Roslovic, 9-3 outshot, Wallman, 9-3 outshot, Matt Savoy, 9-3 outshot. It goes on. So to touch on your point of the Oilers not coming out starting games with oomph and desperation and that try hard to get leads, it's starting to get really annoying. Starting to get really frustrating. I don't know what it is that's going to take them to be like, start games on time. I don't know what it's going to take because they've done, it seems like, everything they can.
And with that said, they do get out to a lead, even with everything, where there were the first few shifts. it wasn't looking so good. And here's the 1-0 goal, which is a tremendous feed by McDavid and Hyman, who would later score his second of the night. I mean, Hyman is on just an excellent heater. 23 goals in the last 33 games by my count. That may be off by a goal or a game. It's roughly that. I tried to do the quick mental math while the game was going on, so forgive me if it's one off. But the Oilers get this 1-0 start to the game. It's a Friday night. The building's jazzed up. And on the very next shift, Carolina is back in your zone, and this is just a calamity.
Yeah,
in front of the net.
They're scrambling there. And just touching on your point, too, like how many times this season is either, hey, they're not starting games, or maybe they fall back, they don't get a lead, but when they do, they give it up right away. I don't know the stats for that, but it happens a lot there. What would you guys call that? Like just a lack of attention to detail, lack of effort? What do you think?
Do you want to?
Man, like I think it's just laziness and inability. I mean, I just don't know how else to put it. I mean, Connor Murphy's sitting there right behind that net, and he's probably sitting there just going, what have I gotten myself into?
Oh, there it is, the elusive meme, yeah.
I mean, it's a damn shame. I really, excuse me, I think it's laziness. I do think it's a lack of attention to detail. There's just...
well, it's a mental focus
It's apathetic.
thing, I think.
It's really apathetic. I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. I am so sick of this right now.
Yeah, and I mean, it's I think just it's a mental focus thing. And, you know, we talked about, and I tried to make this point, that Murphy, what he should be, you know, executing on, but he's the one that, you know, chases toward the puck in the corner, and it's Wallman in front here who gets tangled, and Svechnikov is near the area. But this is, again, just optically, when SportsCenter is just going to play the highlights, after you're going to see that goal, and you think, what is going on? And, you know, there's just a handful of these lately. So you get little break in between. It's 1-1 already in the hockey game. And the Canes then take the lead. And here is a point shot that changes direction and appears to go off Darnell Nurse. But the Oilers have an opportunity to clear, unable to. And Nikolai Ehlers, who's coming off a hat trick on Wednesday night, turns and fires and is able to score. I think he's now got 50 points on his season or something incredible. And it just looks like the puck ever so grazes Nurse on the way through. Again, a breakdown on multiple fronts. I did look it up in the rules. I mentioned it. When the puck is deflected, the goaltender is still allowed to make the save. And that's me not trying to bury Jari. But the team, look, in the D zone against a swarming team like Carolina, you cannot allow extended shifts in the D zone. And those opportunities to clear, they have to find ways to get out. And this shift by the fourth line here,
It's just one of those things, like how many times have we seen this season? A puck gets to the point, just a little wrister from the point, off a guy and in. And like you said, that wasn't even a huge deflection. And I'd imagine it doesn't, from what I see, it doesn't seem like Jari's really screened on this one. Like you said, I mean, hey, Carolina was buzzing on that one, but sometimes you need your netminder to come up with a save there. I really think Jari should have had that one there.
Psych. That puck at eyes when you throw it in the net's never a bad play. And look, Carolina's a shot and volume team. Not only do they have shot volume, they suppress shots extremely well. And the Oilers come out of that first period with just 3 shots total in the period.
Yeah.
No shot for the last 9 minutes and 17 seconds. And that was all after that Hyman goal. they get that power play, and the period didn't have any juice, didn't have any jam. They looked gassed out there. I think they were out for the shift before the McDavid line, and probably the earliest I can remember in a while that the second unit was put out there. And how do you disagree? Yeah. You know, that unit was not finding ways. And but the second period, they came out, I thought, and had a renewed vigor to what they were doing. And a lot of it had to do with what Vasily Podkolzin was doing out on the ice. He, buzzes the tower, as Louis would say, with the initial shot. But then moments later, is able to cut the lead back to one to make it 3-2. But I realized I skipped a goal. My brain is kind of mashed up today from how long the day's been. Trade deadline.
He's had a very long day.
We do have to look at the 3-1 goal. I'm sorry, I probably screwed you up, Brett. That's my bad. But the 3-1 goal is, again, another example here of miscue and communication, and is everybody on the same page? Because obviously a sneaky play and a great finish by Martinook in front, but I didn't love how Murphy got out-battled on it. And you can see just a nice play, and he's got Murphy turning on a swivel there. And Jari makes the first save. It's the rebound that gets past him. This is a better look. Kind of fanned and then kind of second efforted.
Yeah. It's one of those ones, too. I would say overall it's a nice play behind the net there. You could tell Connor Murphy probably felt like complete shit after that. He's like, this is the one thing they brought me in for, is to defend the front of the net. I like that he took the middle. It was a nice play there, but as a whole, yes, I think Murphy should have defended a little bit better. But it's just one of those things where, he made the save, and this goofy little rebound is the one that gets in, and it's just frustrating to see Menzies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, and this is what we've seen all year long. But conversely, we talk about how the Carolina Hurricanes responded so well after they went behind. Well, the Oilers now behind by margin, stuck by 2 early in the second period. But Podkolzin puts together a terrific shift here. And this finish, I know you had a terrific article talking about Podkolzin's skills coach and what Vasily Podkolzin's been able to do. Well, this is his 14th goal of the season, and I don't think he's had a sweeter one maybe in his professional career in terms of difficulty and picture-perfect finish.
Absolutely. Despite the Oilers' woes as of late, one constant over the last few games, and I'd say all season, is Vasily Podkolzin. And when talking to his skills coach, Ned Lukasevic, one thing that he says he really admires from Podkolzin is that he's not overthinking things. He's just shooting. And this shot right here, picking that spot, he's feeling it. And so tonight he scored his 14th, which ties his career high. Vasily Podkolzin admits this season that the Oilers haven't been playing great as of late, but Vasily Podkolzin is the one bright spot.
A lot of Calvin Pickard discussion in the chat. Rich Winter might be watching.
Careful.
His agent, he might be involved. Pod. So that's his 14th of the year. 13 of them now, even strength.
Oh, wow.
I mean, he is the one power play goal this year, but that's where he does his damage. And overall, in the bright spots, and we'll get to it in a bit, I thought that third line showed some stuff. So Pod scores, and then it's the third period. It's a 1-goal game, and this is where I kind of thought the game hinged. Ultimately, was Frederick with a chance in front. Now, watching the game, and here at the office, unfortunately, we did not have the ability to rewind. But with the whole Wallman penalty that was called, 6-on-5 scenario, it looked chintzy, maybe live, but having not been able to see a second angle, I can't really say. It was frustrating, certainly. but a scenario where the game flips here on a dime where you come, centimeters away from tying the game. Instead, you're pulling the puck out of your net, and a classic that's hockey moment. As you can see, this shift went on and on and on in the D zone, Banks.
Yeah, and like that opportunity from Trent Frederick there, hitting the post and then going the other way. And like you said, they didn't show the replay, so on the first glance that I saw on the live, it didn't seem that Walman did anything to obscure him or anything like that, anything egregious. To me, it seemed like he just kind of pushed him, but it left the Oilers scrambling. And for Trent Frederick to hit a post, looks like they were going to tie the game, the Oilers, and then the Carolina Hurricanes just coming back. It's almost like that was such an Oilers type of play on that one.
Yeah, there was a lot of Oilers. Oilers hockey, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, some of the goals they scored, brilliant. Some of them, you're wondering what is going on in their own zone. And 4-2 here. Look, the Oilers get a power play chance. The fans were hollering for one in the building.
Actually, sorry, can I take a look at this?
Sure.
So this one here, just taking a look at Frederick, it's one of those ones where I'm not going to pin this on Frederick, but he really didn't commit to that block shot. You could really fake like you're going to block a shot, and that's what he didn't want to put his body into it. It seemed like you can actually block shots and make it look like you're blocking a shot. Trent Frederick made it look like he was just going to block a shot, but he didn't. So it's one of those things. He didn't give full effort on that one. Right there. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't want to commit. And you know what? He puts him in a bad spot to block that shot. It's right there. You could commit right there. You could really commit to that. You could slide to your knees a little bit. No, he kind of pulled up. Go for it. Yeah. Kind of pulled up. He didn't even try. He didn't try to block that shot there. It's tough to watch that.
Well, especially because, look, there's a broken stick. Frederick hands it over, he did a lot of the things that a good teammate does to try to make the play, but certainly there.
I like that.
That's a good catch.
Look at that. I like this.
This
was
was
a positive.
This is moment of the night.
Yeah, this was fun.
This is moment of the night.
There you go. It makes us feel good.
Yeah, and Blake certainly a factor in this one tonight. The Hurricanes got themselves a good one there, but the Oilers did not. They didn't go away. And look, and I get that there's a lot of doom and gloom out there, but there is something to be said for that this team, if it's within 2 goals, they can still put the fear of God in their opponent. And tonight, look, we're talking about a game with a post that it could have been a tie game. Instead, it's a 2-goal deficit. And here again, they cut it within 1 as Hyman. I mean, he's just this goal-scoring heater that he's on. Again, 23 goals in 33 games. I mean, these are absolutely elite figures. And, at least on some of the limited power plays that they got, they took advantage here in a time that they desperately needed it.
Yeah, and leading up to this point where Leon Draisaitl just gained the zone on the PK and on 5-on-5, the Carolina Hurricanes were doing a really good job of preventing entries, and especially on the PK, when the Oilers would gain the zone, they like to do that drop pass back to the D. The Carolina Hurricanes were reading that. So one thing that I like about the Oilers and Leon Draisaitl here is that he just took it, and he took it wide, found a spot, and like you said, red hot Hyman, pot one there.
Absolutely. And then obviously, the last gasp effort. There was a super chat earlier, and I forgot about it, and now I can't scroll back to see it. I apologize. You can leave your super chats, and I will read them. Look, it's been a while since I've hosted a show.
For sure.
So we'll find a way there. Here's my one. If I have a critique here for the Oilers, as they were trying to tie the game in the empty net scenario, there was this sort of stubborn beat your head against the wall moment where Carolina was packing the blue line in the middle of the ice with 4 minutes and under left, and the Oilers would not dump that puck in the zone. They were trying to skate through bodies, through people in order to do it. And Carolina dared them to try, and the Oilers kept trying. And that's one thing. You're going to have to give up the puck for dumping when they're doing that. That's what this team was setting you up to do. And the Oilers did not do that ultimately. So empty netter goes in. The Oilers then give up one later with Jarry back in the net. And already a guy whose statistics here have struggled. Any bump up to the save percentage, what have you, was kind of threatened. Because I thought, look, Jarry I didn't think was sharp early. I thought he was nervous. I thought he'd settled down as the game went along, made some nice saves. But like the whole team in front of him, look, they all have to wear this loss. And you point out, hey, are they selling out the block shots? Look, are they actually, a couple of the chances that they gave up early, Jarry makes a great glove save minute into the hockey game, and then just some weak ones are getting tripped up by your defenseman and pucks are going in off Nurse's butt.
Tristan Jarry actually spoke to the media after the game, let's take a listen to what he had to say about tonight's game.
It's a little better tonight. Obviously, I think there's room to improve still. I think that I could still do a better chance giving the team, putting them in a better spot. Some unlucky bounces here or there, but I think I could still be better.
What did you feel like you liked about your game where it's progressing to where you want it to go?
I think just some of the open shooting, some of the screen play, some of the lateral stuff. I thought that was better tonight.
I almost wish they didn't talk to Jarry after tonight. I think it's not helping.
Stand up.
Anybody. Well, that's,
Stand the fuck up. I know we've had this conversation already, but again, you had a shit game. Yeah. And I don't know how prevalent it is. I know we've talked about it, but stand up. Stuart Skinner used to stand there and just say, listen, I had a bad game. It's on me, all this shit. Was it sometimes annoying? Sure. But fuck, he stood up. He looked at you in the eye and said, hey, I messed up. Tristan Jarry's looking down there like a wounded animal going, I thought it was better. It's frustrating. It's annoying. You're down the stretch. You're trying to win the Stanley Cup, and you look like a kitten. I don't get it.
One of the only guys that I can think of, because ever since Liam's pointed this out, I've been trying to think. Crosby, I think, is one of the only sit-down guys. But here's the difference. He's Sidney Crosby.
It's Sidney Crosby. You come to him. And guess who he shared a locker room with?
Tristan Jarry. Yeah. So, no, and someone points it out here, Rain City, is this Jarry clip from last week. I mean, unfortunately, these could be kind of cut and paste.
Yeah.
And you can trot out some of the lines. I'm sure a lot of the post games tonight sound like a lot of that, where you could just take it from another night. And again, I didn't think Jarry was very good, but I didn't think on the chances that went in, the team was very good in front of him either. So again, you leave this game, and what was the exact number here?
He was better down the stretch. Like, he made saves when he needed to. Yeah, and I will give him that. The late goal to Jackson Blake, sure, whatever, it is what it is, game's over. And on the power play, you're getting screened by Wallman and Frederick half cells.
Agreed.
I get that. It's just it's frustrating. It's super frustrating. But he was better down the stretch for the Edmonton Oilers and kept them in this game where they were able to, if they got an opportunity, they could get themselves back in.
Yeah, great point. So there you go. That does it for your headlines. It is time now for Good, Bad, and Oily, brought to you by Oodle Noodle. And there was still some leftover Oodle Noodle here as the day went along that I happened to indulge in and try to take advantage. And I'm almost in a food coma as we do this. Of course, download the Oodle Noodle app. You can order takeout or delivery. It's easy, and you can earn free Oodle Noodle. Sign up for their loyalty program through the app. Customers get 1,500 loyalty points, which equates to a $15 value just for signing up. Available at the Apple App Store and Google Play stores there. The good, well, Vasily Podkolzin. He was good, and he's been a tremendous, I think, not only how they've initially acquired him, but how he as a pro has really put some craft to his game and showed more and is starting to resemble more the player that in his draft year had a lot of scouts very excited about him.
100%. And as mentioned, Vasily Podkolzin scored his 14th of the year, tied a career high. Like you mentioned, Vasily Podkolzin is starting to be that player that they thought that there was going to be when they drafted him 10th overall. And for him, he could play anywhere up and down the lineup. We saw him gel with Leon Draisaitl, and talking with his skills coach, Ned Lukasevic, the one thing that he said is like, yeah, put Pods on the third line, fourth line. He can now drive a line, and we're starting to see that when he was playing with Jason Dickinson, whether it was Trent Frederick or Kasperi Kapanen. Podkolzin is driving that line, so he's been a super positive for the team just on the season, and especially tonight too.
Cup year. Yeah, I thought we hadn't done one, so I thought we'd do that.
Fuck, that feels good.
And there's been this like, what's it say, like Canuck Cuck or whatever this guy in the comments, his name is. There's a whole lot of banter.
Canuck Flames suck. He's on our side.
Oh, okay.
There you go. I didn't know what was going on. I just see a lot of arguing. And look, people are frustrated.
Yeah.
I totally understand where this team is at. And look, it's because everything's being compared to what we know they can do in the postseason because we saw it the last 2 years. But that's not what's been happening here as of late. Also, worth mentioning and good, again, Zach Hyman.
Yep.
As Borgie says, Zachary Martin Hyman, author. 23 goals in his last 33 games. You know, I thought he's really taken up the goal-scoring mantle because McDavid's been a little quieter on the goal-scoring wise since coming back. Nugent Hopkins has been a little quieter. And so that line, although tonight it was mainly McDavid, Dry, and Hyman, he's been the finisher for this team.
Yep.
He's the guy.
Zachary Martin Hyman also spoke to the media after tonight's game. Let's take a listen.
Yeah, listen, I think there's an unbelievable belief in this group. I think that the positives of this game are the guys that we added look really good. And I thought that, you know, Dickie and Murph and Dach played well, and they're going to be able to help us down the stretch. I don't think this is our group. You don't judge it by just the one game tonight. I think this is the group moving forward, and it's better than the group it was a couple days ago. So I think we have, like I said, we have a strong belief in this group, and obviously things haven't gone as expected or as planned. But having said that, if you look around the league and you look at our division, it's right there for us. So the optimism is that we're a team that's been to the Cup final back-to-back. I think that we're a really good team. I think that the pieces we've added are going to be really good for us. And it's just a matter of putting it together and doing it. And then all of a sudden, you know, the division's open. Like we play Vegas on Sunday. You win that game, you know, you're right in it. So I think you got to try to not ride the roller coaster. Believe in the process, believe in our group, and I think which we have, and just continue to press forward.
That was a very reasoned approach there from Zach Hyman. Although off screen, there was some anger being
Who is that?
unleashed. Yeah.
Woo.
Well,
Good though. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
You
of
want
course.
that.
Yeah.
Now fucking do that on the ice.
Yeah. That's the point here. I mean, they got to find ways to translate because they know what they need to do. They've said it. We've heard them say it. We know they know that we know that they know. Like, we know. But at some point, that has to be reflected in their play, and they're fighting it in that aspect again. A tough one in how they do good things some of the time, but they can't really sustain it. And one thing can just set them back and tank them for a good half of the period. And another example there, and that's what happened under Bad, which I went with the 2 goals against in 43 seconds. Not a Picasso out of the gates necessarily, but you find a way to get a 1-0 lead, and 2 quick ones go in, and you got a circus again in front of the net with Jake Wallman, taking down your goalie. They get twisted up. He's fighting it. He can't seem to make the plays that we saw him make a year ago. And then, of course, it's a puck that has eyes, quote unquote. It gets deflected in. You can't get bailed out with a save. It's a breakdown on multiple levels in a 1-0 lead. At home against a good hockey team on the start of a stretch where you're going to need to bank points, and this is going to be, a tough stretch. Well, you got to find ways to sustain those leads. And this team is not very comfortable playing from in front, to be honest. They seem way more comfortable playing from behind because they've been doing it a lot more lately, and it's chaos in front of the net. You got a tangle up here. Jari can't make a save because he's on his butt because he's taken down. And the 2-1 goal redirect, and you're just sitting, shaking your head, thinking, man, oh man, you just throw this away. And this sucked all the energy, all the life out of the building. They don't have a shot for the last 9 minutes of the period, and they have to try to, jumpstart their heart coming out of the second period because they're chasing the game again.
And it's like, again, they got the lead, and then they just lost puck battle after puck battle after puck battle. And the Edmonton Oilers, I wish in seasons like down the stretch, we just knew we're like, the Oilers are going to turn it up. They're going to flick the switch and start winning games. And it's just not happening right now, guys. That big F-bomb that whomever let out in the locker room, maybe they stubbed their toe, or maybe they truly are upset about the game. We feel that. Whoever let out that F-bomb, we feel the exact same way. So it's tough. It's a tough night tonight.
Yeah, I feel that's why I was worried when Jari was going to be put up, because I thought it was going to be another one of those. It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something going on in that locker room. Chemistry's off, not connected, says Rain City. A lot of Denim King talk with Wallman. That might be an intro in a couple minutes for who might be wearing the jeans tonight. Wallman looks injured, says Dana. They have no clue how to play defense, says hard to tell here. OJ Gaze 2201. Or maybe they just saw Speck enter the room, says Final Buzzer, which anything's possible. Anything's possible. With good comes bad. With bad comes oily. And for the oily, we picked out the new guys. I think, a few ways to break this down. I don't know who got your eye the most out of the debuting Edmonton Oilers here, in any which way you want to take it.
Okay,
Thanks.
you know what? I will go with the one that caught me the most was Jason Dickinson. He had some really nice plays on the PK. I like him. He's rangy. He has good reach. And one thing that he's a defensive-minded player, but despite being that defensive-minded player, there were instances where he was on the rush where he made some nice little moves and toe drags, meaning he's got that offensive flair in him. And there's one instance as well where we talked about Trent Frederick not selling out to block a shot. Jason Dickinson intentionally went and blocked a point shot, sacrificed his body. So for me overall, I liked what I saw with Jason Dickinson tonight, and I want to see more.
He can skate too.
Yep.
I like the way he can move his feet a little bit too. I liked Connor Murphy. I really did. I know he got caught a little bit, but I think that's kind of the issue of being caught with one Jake Wallman right now. But we saw him move the puck up to Jason Dickinson on that shorthanded opportunity as well in the first period, I believe it was. He can move the puck and skate, and he was punishing as well. I think it was with Svechnikov in the corner in the first period. Svechnikov kind of gave a poke, and Murphy was having none of it. He kind of turned around going, what are you doing? Like, just wasn't dealing with shit. I liked Murphy. I was not a big fan of Dach tonight, though.
I wasn't a huge fan of Murphy.
What?
No,
Really?
I like, just in the scenarios we talk about where, again, I'm no Murphy expert. I don't profess to be.
Connor Murphy!
I know more Chappelle Show than I know Murphy tape. I'll tell you that for free. And I just think on the goals against, I was hoping he's kind of the magic eraser for some of those moments. And again, it's his first game, but this team overall, they don't have many more of these excuses to come up, and that's unfair to Murphy because it's his first game here. But
Mr. Clean can only do so much. Like, truly. Hey, why don't we hear about how head coach Chris Knobloch?
I'm dying to know what Knobloch may have to say here, if he's just going to repeat the same type of stuff.
Yeah.
Because then I could do it for you here right now. But let's hear from Oilers head coach Chris Knobloch.
I don't have an answer for that.
Did the three new players do what they were advertised to do you think, tonight?
Yeah, no, I think those three guys had a good start. The Dickinson line was probably our best line tonight. I thought he was very good on the penalty kill. Dach had several hits. I know the plus-minus doesn't look good for that fourth line, but, they were really close to, one, Dach, I believe, hit the goalpost in the first period, maybe the second, but he had a good shot opportunity. Freddie almost tied the game in the third period, so I know the stats doesn't say that they had a very good game, but I thought they did. And Murph was solid. I thought part of his game is adding to our penalty kill, and for his first game, I thought he looked very comfortable there.
Well, we just got to be better defensively. I thought there were moments that we were doing that, but then ultimately we just didn't get it done. And I think we're gonna come back on Sunday, and we got to find a way. And I think we got a lot of guys in our group that are ready to contribute, and I think they're going to contribute more.
Nailed it.
Yeah, Chris, can you tell us more about why this team is just not meeting standards?
Well, I'm not sure if meeting standards is the right way to put it. I think, we'd like to be winning more. But, there are stretches where we are really, we're playing. But, other moments where we lack confidence, and we need to find that confidence, or we're just not gonna. I miss Janmark. I miss Matthias.
It's all
Matthias, Janmark. Yeah, that was Chris Knobloch, by the way.
Very well done. Give him a round of applause. Give him a round of applause,
no.
Mr. Chris Knobloch.
Cut it out. The fourth line had a 90% expected goals for ? I mean, some of the fancies.
Yeah.
For some of the guys tonight. I mean, another game where the Oilers out expected goal their opponent. Woo! Cup year! Man, that's we just love winning that stat. The actual goals, on the other hand, it's tough. It's tough, and we got a big game on Sunday, and we look forward to that. So There you go. So, yeah, Knobloch. Of course, voicemail line is brought to you by, or voicemail, sorry. No. Sounds in the Room Dog Patch. We're having our Nation Night Out next Friday. That's March 13th, as the Edmonton Oilers host the St. Louis Blues. And a good opportunity to come down, have a great night out, and support a great cause in the Kaleo collection. So hope you'll join us next Friday, March 13th. And Dog Patch, the new baker's creation in terms of sandwiches, is
2 sausages.
Two sausages, if you
Is
missed
included.
it. There you go. Sometimes I think that's the name of that one Oiler podcast, but something else. Aaron says leading the league in expected cups. Ooh, come on.
That's nasty.
Come on. A lot of pick stock. Would you bring up Pickard? No. I don't think they can. Like, I mean, physically with like the roster.
No, that's what I mean. I'm like, can we? The cap gymnastics, are we able to? You know what? If you asked me that, and my initial thought would be like, yeah, why not? You know what? Calvin Pickard, we've seen him come to the rescue time and time again for this Oilers club. The Oilers kind of need rescuing, I feel, after tonight. I don't know who you'd swap him for. Rescue
They're
us.
a damsel in distress.
I wouldn't be opposed to it, to be honest with you. He's shown that he could bail the Oilers out and put up some big wins.
Yeah,
Break me down. Bury me.
I don't know what their salary cap. I don't think they can.
Yeah.
And again, Szymanski got sent down, but I think with the premise that he's going to be brought back up here shortly, they need to get him down in order to be eligible for the Condors postseason.
Right.
Unger? Question mark? Let's get crazy. Call him up. Unger? He'd have to jump a league before the Oilers call him up. He's in the East Coast League now, and he was loaned to the Orlando Solar Bears.
Isn't it Fort Wayne Comets? It's one of the two. Oh,
but I thought he was loaned.
He
was on loan. He's on loan.
Okay.
In the Premiership. So
in the Premiership.
Way you go.
He's down in the championship.
Yeah. Well, to the inevitable. Who's wearing the jeans tonight? The jeans brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky. And only the finest tasting meat products earn the Wilhauk name. Made from 100% pure Alberta beef. Wilhauk Beef Jerky is aged, seasoned, marinated, and smoked to savory perfection. If you've not tried Wilhauk Beef Jerky today, change that. They fill orders of any size. Find their beef jerky, sausage, and other products out of their Leduc location. WilhaukBeefJerky.com. Solar Bears, says Moglin celebrating. So there you go. Oh, man. It's starting to devolve. My energy levels are starting to drain. Knobloch, just embodying Knobloch. It's taken, the last battery cells out of me. Is it any surprise? Jake Wallman, I think, is wearing the jeans tonight. Again, I think Brian Burke had the famous quote after Nikolai Kulemin went dash 28 on the season. I don't put my stock in plus minus.
Yeah.
However, it is just an interesting stat to know. Oh, and by the way, it was dash 3. And, you're just involved in a calamity in front. He's fighting it. He's fighting his game right now. And clearly, I don't think it helped that the injuries delayed the start of his season and then he missed 2 months. But, man, the Edmonton Oilers have committed $49 million in future money to Jake Wallman under the premise that this guy is a bona fide second pair defenseman. And I'm worried. I'm worried about where his game is at right now. I'm not saying he can't, obviously come back or whatever else, but he's not moving his feet the same way to make that first pass. Doesn't have it in the D zone. And again, what scared me about Kulak being involved in the trade way back when was Kulak played a whole lot of minutes in the important games. And only twice in the postseason last year in 22 games did Wallman have more minutes than Kulak. I know that there's more of the game than the minutes, the crucial minutes, everything else. But Wallman is a staple and needs to be a staple because they already have Darnell Nurse.
Mm-hmm.
And Nurse is already the roller coaster that has had more lows than highs this year.
And I was just looking at Jake Wallman's body of work in last playoffs. He was a shot blocking machine. He was scoring goals. He was skating well. And I feel he kind of deserved that contract. But like you said, he is nowhere near that level. He's not blocking shots. He's not skating well. He was on for 3 goals tonight. So Jake Wallman is really fighting it. I don't know what it's going to take for him to turn the flicker on, turned it on button. Maybe it is Connor Murphy, but yeah, he's fighting it right now.
Yeah, we saw that on Tuesday where, he was banged up. He did look a little banged up on that one scenario. I think that was the 6-on-5 extra attacker on the delayed penalty that ended up being in the net, and that kind of played a part of it too. But, yeah, they've committed a lot to him. The organization has shown huge faith to Wallman moving forward. They need him to be a contributor.
I want to say, as one that has a Jake Wallman tattoo.
Fucking faith.
Yeah, you. Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
They've showed faith. I have permanent ink on my leg.
This is true.
And he's getting paid $49 million? Fuck that.
Yeah.
Oh, they have. This is lifetime. My parents are mad. And you're going to tell me they've showed faith? Fuck that.
I have forgotten your contributions, and for that I apologize.
A lot
It's true.
of you mentioned the block shots. That's also a touchy subject.
Yeah.
There's just a lot going on. I'm not happy. I'm so close to breaking. I've been here for 16 hours, and now you're gonna bring up commitment and
Let it out.
faithfulness. I am. They suck tonight. So many of them, 22 or 3 or however many are allowed on the ice, sucked. And there's so many people that are committed to tonight's game. Was so excited to go to tonight's game. There's so many other people. Think of a kid they showed between the second
Gonna be a fun night.
It's his first NHL game, and that's the effort that you show out. This is the team that you're riding out for to try and win that Stanley Cup. And they showed up like a fucking bunch of guys who have beer league at 11:30 at a place they don't want to play at. It's a joke. There's so many people that are here making commitments to you when you're barely making a commitment to a battle on the board. It's a shame. It's a damn shame, and I'm upset that you fucking did this to me because of a tattoo. God!
There's your clip.
I do want to give a hats off to these gentlemen beside me here. They have been here for like 18 hours. They've been here for a very long time.
No, thank Brett. He's the committed one. I don't got any fucking tattoos of these guys.
Thank you.
And I don't plan to. I'm not gonna get involved in any tattoo bets. I can guarantee you that. Valid. The chat is with you. And as Moglen points out, you can't script the entertainment. So, you know what? I'm glad we're able to get through that. And I don't think we have any more Jeans candidates. I think that perfectly summarizes where we're at. Okay, Menzies bankroll tonight. Look, this is brought to you by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Use the code NATION. When you sign up, you'll get a benefit from doing so. So, the pick I felt most comfortable with, of course, is the over, because it's an Edmonton Oilers game. It's an Edmonton Oilers game. They're playing. January 20th was the last time an Edmonton Oilers game had fewer than 7 goals total.
Wow.
A remarkable stat. Now, granted, they didn't play for 3 weeks. But now that's 12. This is 12 consecutive games. If you can find a 6.5 total, take it over until it busts. Bouchard got there in the end with his shots, eh?
Well,
Oh, I believe so. You said he only needed one shot. Maybe not.
No. He didn't get there. It's a big X. It's only 1 out of 3. It's not good.
Who made this graphic? This guy.
Only 1 out of 3. We took a risk.
Corrected.
We were trying to squeeze, a plus 600 there. And Roslovic, you get Draisaitl, Roslovic, and Savoy. Unfortunately, their momentum did not carry through tonight. It's nights like this that make me leery about Roslovic for the long term because his play away from the puck. I'm just not sure. In fact, I'm concerned. But he makes great plays with the puck. He's a middle six forward. And that's going to be something that, for the long term,
yeah, and he's a streaky player. That's the thing. He's a very streaky player. It seems like he's kind of like on the downswing a little bit. He scored maybe a few games ago. It's unfortunate. You base that prediction on kind of where they've been playing the last few games, and it's just one of those things. They didn't show that consistency the 4 games in a row. Him and Savoy, they didn't really have a good game, and they got paired with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins for a little bit there. That line got outshot 4-1, so it was a tough one for that line as a whole.
We need to see a little bit more from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.
Yeah.
As well. I haven't been thrilled with his game out of the break necessarily either. So, there's a lot of that to chop up all around. Boardsy got traded to they're just relaying that Boardsy got dealt. If you just tuned in, Boardsy topped the show, dealt to Leafs Nation. It was the trade of the day, a stunner that got in. And to the facts, as long as you get your facts in the queue, at 1 o'clock again, Bordado to Leafs Nation. Now this printer, look, an HP LaserJet 1022, look, that comes with ink. Swing line 747 stapler and Bic pens to be named later.
And the one thing is Bordado. He's like maybe the locker room guy.
Oh yeah,
he's like the locker room guy. So the Leafs Nation's getting a good guy.
Tough loss.
Yeah, I know it's tough,
but again, it's value.
We're gonna miss him.
It's what we need around here. When you get 3 things that you need around the office over one. Sometimes you just gotta, you can't look down the mouth of a gift horse, they say.
Yeah.
And that's what we had to do.
That's a deep idiom from your Webster's dictionary there. Was uninspiring hockey, Menzies.
That's the thing, though, is that we tried.
Have another donut.
We tried
to.
Sorry. We tried to
You're
sell
not
off.
wrong.
We tried to sell off Waz. Unfortunately, it was going to be kind of similar to the Mangiapane deal where we had to add an asset.
Negative value.
And unfortunately, he ate all the donuts, which would have been our draft picks to add to. So,
yeah.
Just all around tough day.
Aaron says that the 1022N is a solid unit, though.
Was that Boardsy?
No, he's gone. His jersey's been taken off the out of the locker room here, and we've got new numbers coming. So, there you go. Menzies bankroll. That's gambling for you, though. Gambling problem, 1-800-GAMBLER.
That's baseball.
That's baseball, baby. Okay, is it finally time? I believe so. For voicemails, your turn. We've said a lot of stuff tonight. This is your opportunity to voice what's been on your mind. Brought by Swiss Donair. Scroll. I could use a Donair after watching that. It's a home of the old school Donair with options if you want some flair. They've been open for 25 years and now open 7 days a week. It's the pride of the North Side. Great for events at home or the office or anything else. Check out their location, 8308 144 Ave. Order online, SwissDonair.com. Okay, SpeakPipe is where we collect these voicemails from. How many voicemails do we have tonight?
We have 5 tonight. And
5 tonight.
You know what? We were just talking about the trade for Boardsy. We actually have a little bit, I believe, analysis or reaction
Okay, yeah.
to the Boardsy trade from none other than Lance.
Okay, good.
Hey, Menzies, it's Lance. I was just trying to get a hold of Boardsy, but I guess he's screening my calls because of the trade. So I just wanted to chime in on the Boardsy trade. I think it's what's best for this team at pre-gaming. I mean, we had to get out from under that contract. I really like what the printer brings. I think that's a good contract. And the analytics on the stapler are really good. I think there's definitely potential there. And we know the big pens are just so we can get the money to work. I'm fine with that. We'll send that down to the minors, not a big deal. But we got younger, and that's what's important. We got grizzled vets like Brett that can really make a difference. And we got the young kids coming up, Reese, Tristan, It's tough. These are the tough emotional moves we have to make, but this is what is best for pre-gaming. Leafs Nation got a good one, but we're better for this.
Yeah. Wow, that's succinct analysis. that was really good. We did get younger.
Yeah, we did.
Not a lot of people know this. I am younger than Boardsy.
You are.
You wouldn't know that by looking at us. You wouldn't, and I don't blame you necessarily. But yeah, we brought down the AAV in terms of age down. And look, when it's a swing line stapler, the efficiency is what you're really going for.
Listen, this show started and always will be a show of value contracts.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he priced himself out.
Yeah, that's true.
Again, Toronto, the Leafs Nation is going to enjoy him, but it's tough to see.
We'll see. He might be back Sunday. Just in case we have a couple of people legitimately concerned. We may see.
There are some in the chat.
We may see him back Sunday. So there you go. Well, that was great trade analysis. And I think, honestly, most trade analysis today at the deadline could have been wrapped up in a neat bow like that. Unfortunately, a lot of money spent by our network and various other networks to cover this wall-to-wall. And she was underwhelming, man.
Yeah.
She was just a tough one.
Yeah, it was
entertainment-wise.
You guys are here. I was watching from home. I think I fell asleep like 3 times, so I can imagine you guys is being here.
Yeah.
A lot of side conversations.
Yeah, for sure. You guys got a song going? What song was that again?
It's New Place, and they say it gets older. And say now it gets older, but the medial man begs to differ, judging by the hole in the satellite picture.
Get a little sitting.
I think you picked it up right where the clip ended, which is wild. You should see Steve Hartwell, rest in peace, lead singer of Smash Mouth, has passed away. And I think, honestly, if the contract negotiations don't go well for you, I think Smash Mouth should call.
Listen, Smash Mouth All-Star used to be the anthem at the summer camp that I worked at. The lunches that the entire place, 70 kids, all the staff members, everybody singing, roaring. It was fantastic. But my song was Truck Yeah, Tim McGraw. That was I had to walk out. I was introduced to that song one time.
Man, that would be a religious experience.
It was
damn
kids near all the
sing in unison.
They had me
All-Star.
They had me walk through the kitchen I was
like
a
you're
rock
Jesus
star.
Christ
They were
himself.
like, everybody timber.
Yeah.
It was sick. Anyways, that's why I'm going to be a wrestler one day. Moving on to the next voicemail.
Yeah, let's do it.
We already listened to or went through some of their comments, Moglin Celebrini, but they left a voicemail.
Oh, Moglin.
So here's Moglin Celebrini.
Yeah, this game was something. I think it's the equivalent of what happens when you eat a farmer's wrap and have a large coffee from Tim's. I think you can all imagine what that results in. Truthfully, I think the game against Vegas is going to be way more telling. How the Oilers play against them will tell me a hell of a lot more than what they put up tonight. I don't know. Only thing I got to say is cup year.
Cup year. I don't know what you're talking about. I love nothing more in the morning than a farmer's wrap and a coffee. Roll Up the Rim is currently going on. Roll Up Your Rims. You can play on the cup or on the app, the Tim Hortons app. You can get that at both the Google Play and the Apple App Stores. Take advantage. It's Roll Up the Rim, a prized Canadian tradition.
Oh, man. Nailed it.
By the way, it's funny. We were talking about walking on the sun. There was a comment. I think Andrew said that the Walking on the Sun is a better song, and we were talking about that.
I was going to sing, I saw the sun.
Yeah.
Ooh, wrong song. Great to turn that into an ad read. I love that.
Yeah, hey, what do you do?
All right, moving on to a popular name who's always in here. Vinny left a voicemail.
Vinny.
Let's see what Vinny has to say.
At least Jory was good, I thought. I don't know.
Not a man of many words, but I like what you said there, yeah.
You could talk about this team for 5 hours or in the span of that voicemail and really get to the same place. You know what I mean? We all know it at this point. It's the same shit that's happened all year. And, what do you do? Here's a comment. Sorab King, do you guys think the Oilers make a move or not? Do you think they need a top six winger?
They might make a move
Depth
over the next week, I
defenseman?
think.
O&E will have it all on Monday.
Mock trades. And is it cake?
You'll have all the staples. All the staples.
Alrighty. Move 2 more. We only have 2 more here.
Perfect.
Andrew, who's been very active in the chat today. Andrew left a voicemail. Let's listen to Andrew.
Can we try Nurse at forward now? Now that Bordzie's not here to mock me and make me feel like a belittled idiot. BBL for life.
BBL Menzies.
No, we're not. No.
Yeah.
Who do you think Nurse would be better at forward at than the 12 current forwards? Here's my answer. None.
Yeah, good call.
None. You
know what? That's an even better point. That's a way better point.
There's that. Never mind that. What skills do you see right now that Darnell is, just at the apex of? He's at the top of his game. He's fighting the puck. Like, he's not being able to make puck plays, and he's out of position.
Yeah.
So let's put him in a position he's never played before, and he's got to make more puck plays now in the offensive zone.
He's got like 3 kids now. He's got a lot of things to worry about.
Andrew's defending himself. He's like, I was kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke. Stop it. Fair enough. Listen, it's been a long day, long game, tough game.
We're a little wiry here. And to think that
I just popped off of a tattoo conversation, okay? Do you see how touchy we are?
Yeah. And to think that last week After Dark would still be like a half an hour away from starting.
We were just entering,
this late puck
we
drop.
were entering the second hour.
Exactly. Yeah, we were. What time is the game Sunday?
7:30, I believe. 7.
Really?
7:30, yeah.
Yeah. 7:30. Yeah, so that's going to be a late one.
Sunday night?
On Sunday night, baby.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
I got it on my phone.
Oh, 7:30.
It's a late one.
Yeah, it sucks.
What are they doing all day in Vegas? They can't.
Well, I don't think we're.
What
allowed
else
to
could
talk
they
about
possibly be
It's
doing?
a pretty boring town.
Yeah. What is there to do?
You just stay in your hotel, really.
Oh, Tuesday is an 8 p.m. puck drop.
Oh.
Yeah.
BBL Menzies.
Thursday's a 6 p.m. puck drop.
6 p.m., 6 p.m.
And
Well,
a
we
6
got
p.m.
some
on
late
Friday.
nights. We only got one more voicemail, and then let's get on out of
Let's
here.
go.
We made a friend last show, Yash, the oil report.
Yeah, he DM'd me
Yeah.
after the show. Yeah, we had a good chat.
And he left another voicemail. Let's listen to Yash to wrap up tonight's show.
Mr. Menzies, Mr. Paganeben, Producer Brett, it's the oil report here. How we doing? I'm reporting that game was not great. I'm reporting that the Oilers have allowed 6 goals against, again, for the 10th time in the last 9 games. Yes, I know what I just said. That's what it feels like. It seems like the issues that we had going into the trade deadline seems like they're kind of still there. Going into the deadline, priority was a right side defenseman and a shutdown third line center. Stan Bowman goes out and does both of those things. Jason Dickinson and Connor Murphy. And first impressions of those two. The teams, I don't think they've responded in the way that we all thought they would. But, I don't blame Murphy or Dickinson, or even Dach for that matter, on this loss. But the team did kind of come out flat, especially in that latter end of the first period. But, yeah, tough effort from the boys in a 4-game stretch where you really need to come out strong against some really good teams. And first game, they didn't quite do that, which kind of sucks because this is a really important stretch for them. But yeah, hopefully they can turn it around and figure it out for next game. Thanks, guys. Cup yeah.
Cup yeah. That's the oil report there. Yeah. We've touched on this, and I thought he was going to do more of like a news reporter style. That one. The Edmonton Oilers, they're up, they're down, but mainly just down. The highs, the lows of a team trying to chase last year's glory. But it looks like this group, so far, doesn't have it.
Do your toss.
Yeah. We've got our very own Brett Holden outside of Rogers Place with more on the scene.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. Go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on. Sorry.
Thank you, Brett.
There you go. That's good. Well, that was the voicemail line brought to you by Swiss Donair, Pride of the North Side. Order a Donair today. It's a weekend. Good time for Donair. Weekend. Good time for a break. It's been a long day of hockey. In and around Vegas, losing tonight, just briefly. Vegas losing to Minnesota 4-2. Ducks beat the Habs 6-5 in the shootout. And the Sharks lose, but in overtime, they get a point against St. Louis. So just before we go, I just think a quick look at the standings. The Ducks are tops in the Pacific. 73 points. Vegas second with 72 points. Oilers third in the Pacific. Third in the Pacific with 68 points. And Seattle is 1 point back of them with 2 games in hand. The Sharks out of the picture. 3 games in hand of the Oilers. 3 points back. I'll let you surmise what that means. That's going to do it. Yeah. Pangs, I wish it was under better circumstances here. We'll shake hands. It's been a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Absolutely.
And, best of the guests, I think, may have to return one of these days. Yeah.
And I got to say, chat, give a hands up for Menzies for filling in on this hosting. Woo! Did an excellent job. Excellent job.
We just came in with a lot of confidence tonight. And there you go. Well, thanks to Brett and Sergeant Battle. They do such a great job preparing the show and made it seamless. Bordsy will be back. He will be back. It was all a ruse. He flies back tomorrow. He'll be here Sunday. But I don't think either of us are going to be on. So I think he's veering in a different direction, presuming that you've had enough after this Friday night. But we'll be back for pre-gaming and ONAD 6:30 pre-gaming. Of course, this is a presentation of Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary on Bet365. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Oila.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you enjoyed today's episode of Oilers Nation Every Day, make sure you hit the subscribe button here on our YouTube to not miss any of our content. We got you covered from interviews, insight, analysis, everything you need to stay up to date on everything around the team. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video.